Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host Mark, and it's another 5-minute review. In today's review, we're going to be talking about the recently released Netflix original animated original Leo, starring the voice of Adam Sandler, who also executive produced this under his Happy Madison company. And it also stars. It's got 3 directors, which is wild. But it's directed by Robert Marinetti, Robert Smigel, and David Wachenheim. I've never heard of any of those guys before in my life. I'm not really going to look them up either. But it also stars the voices of Bill Burr, Jason Alexander, Cicely Strong, Rob Schneider. All the Sandlers have voices in this. Allison Strong and a bunch of other kids. But anyway, the premise here is that Sandler voices a 74-year-old lizard, class lizard, who lives in a terrarium with a turtle, who is Bill Burr. And he's kind of just got this front row seat of all these kids over the years. But the teacher of the class, who I guess typically takes care of the lizard, I don't remember if that was said in the film, gets pregnant and has to go out, and another a substitute teacher comes in and assigns a different student to take care of the lizard every weekend, I guess. And so the whole premise is that Sandler, or the lizard, can talk and the kids can understand him, but he doesn't want the kids to understand him. Anyways, he starts giving advice to the different kids about their problems, and all the kids fall in love with him. I really enjoyed this, and it's well done. The animation is well done. The voices are well done. It comes close to the line of satire, but also being heartfelt. It very much knows what it is, right? It very much knows that this is an Adam Sandler film. Adam Sandler's voice is unmistakable here, and you can kind of like get lost in his voice and just see Adam Sandler in this film, right? But he thinks he's in the movie, Sandler thinks he's gonna die, and so he wants to get to the Everglades. The film, I think, takes place in Orlando. It's Central Florida, but the lizard somebody gets the word to the lizard that he at 75 he's gonna be dead, and so he's trying to get to the Everglades, and he sees an opportunity by going to kids' houses that he can escape and get to the Everglades. There's hilarity along the way, but there's also heartfelt moments about, hey, be yourself, don't try to conform, don't be the person your parents think you should be yourself, and the message is pretty clear, and Bill Burr is very good as the turtle. I really like it. I mean, Adam Sandler is in a kind of resurgence and a renaissance the past 5 years, where the films he's making are pretty good, and I think he's finally found the sweet spot at Netflix. Originally it was, he struck like a five film deal with Netflix, and then he like Hubie Halloween. I'm very much on this podcast. I've established that it's one of my favorite holiday films, and it's a Halloween film through and through. But it's a staple now, and it's just so good. And this one is another one that he's really good in it. The one with his daughters, where he's the dad to his daughters, another good one. I fully recommend Leo here. It is a worthwhile animated film, so give it a watch. It's on Netflix, available now. But yeah, hit the subscribe button when it pops up so you don't miss any future content here on the podcast. We're on, if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube, doing big things everywhere. Catch the podcast as it releases weekly every Thursday on all your favorite streaming platforms, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get your podcast from. And we'll catch you next time.
Try doing this. Wait.